Councilmember Knudsen.
Here.
Councilmember Putnam.
Here.
Councilmember Steiger.
Here.
Councilmember Walker.
Here.
All set. Excellent. So are there any additions or changes to tonight's agenda?
One addition is I wanted to speak on the marijuana report, the final product.
All right. Under old business?
Yes.
Okay, and Councilmember Jones?
Just a question, for the mayor, related to the investigations by Ogden, the law officer. I see that we have another payment to them on this page.
I believe that was the final investigation.
Is there any report that needs to be come through at some point?
So I think they're finalizing one last report, and then council will have
Will come up with it.
all of them. Yeah.
Okay, I don't need to.
Okay, so, any other changes or additions to tonight's agenda? Seeing none, all those in favor of the agenda as amended?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, next item on the agenda is audience participation. We'll start with, Kate and Steve.
The wrong number, copy.
No problem.
Thank you. Kate Hall, 102 Alder Lane South, Pacific. So I'm here to talk about three things about the parks. Number one, I would like to know when we will have clear access to the park, to City Park. I know that the Hescos has been removed, but the stoppage is still up, although people are walking in there. Maybe trespassing, but I do not believe that the cops are stopping them. Since it is such a nice week, I'd like to just ask if we could get the barriers removed, the, whatever you want to call them, the stop signs. So what?
That was my understanding that was done today.
Okay, well, I didn't come home that way. I came home the other way, sorry.
They needed to do some cleanup before they allowed vehicles.
Okay, so that's good. Second thing is we had our Earth Day on Saturday. We had about 42 people show up. We had 5 vendors. We almost sold PSE out of their $10 home efficiency kits. A good turnout, and the Boy Scouts are coming back in the fall, and they're going to do a park this year, so they're going to beautify a park. So we already have 2 groups that will be coming back in October, and I'd like to call out Stacy as just the star. She was our kitchen help, and I just really want to say thank you publicly for what you did. The last thing is I would like to remind you of the ordinance that's already on the books about the park impact fees. We have met with the treasurer, and what I have given you is the report from 2012. Due to many changes in how we book money, many changes in who books the money, we are having a small problem locating our park impact fees. In May of 2012, in park impact fees, we had $132,000. We also had a King County levy that was $34,605. At the Earth Day, we were asked about a dog park and expanding our current park system. $167,000, we'd just like to know how much money we truly have. So I am asking that you refer this matter to the Finance Committee so that they can further investigate, and they can also direct an overworked treasurer to spend some time on it. That is all I'm asking for. Do you have any questions about Earth Day or what went on and... Can I get a referral, or can I get an answer to a referral in writing within the next month?
So, and I would recommend this to the finance committee, and it's my understanding that you're already looking at it.
He has 102 priorities.
That's okay.
And so I just want to be moved from 102 up to like, I don't know, 50. Okay,
We'll do it.
thank you.
Thanks, Kate. Good job on the Earth Day this weekend. I'm really sorry I wasn't there for it. Unfortunately, my daughter had given me a present back in February that we used while watching it. Anyway, so, next, Barbara Lord.
Barbara Lord, 738 4th Avenue Northeast, 102 in Pacific. First off, Gary, I hear you're retiring. And best of luck. It was nice working with you in the council, and you worked hard, and the city is very happy, and you will be missed. City Park, we had, as you know, Earth Day cleanup. Would like to know if we're going to be having those pescos up every year, if there's a possibility that the playground could be moved. My understanding is the playground equipment isn't worth moving somewhere closer to City Hall so the kids and stuff can enjoy City Hall, enjoy the park. City property with cleanup, is there money in the budget for beauty bars? I know there's some of us that were pulling grass and weeds and doing all that stuff, and it looks better. It'd be nice if we could get some beauty bars or some of that brown lava rock put around. Because when you're pulling grass, even though you have the plastic, it doesn't do much good. So it'd be nice if we could do something. Because people drive by and they're kind of like, oh, that looks nice, but ooh, look at that grass. So I don't know, that's up to you. Thursday, Ellington Road. I had mentioned this, I believe, to Jim. The trucks are coming out of the gravel pit, coming and going down Ellington, 6-7 trucks deep, all during the day. I take the bus everywhere, and there's times when you have to wait 5, 6, 7 minutes just to turn the corner because there's so many trucks coming out of the gravel pit and they're going down Ellington. I don't know if they're going towards the airport or if they are going south. I have no idea. Also with Ellington, when it was raining a lot, when I was walking down Ellington, there's a couple places on the road where it's bubbling up. So I don't know if that's just the water that's coming up from under the ground or water and air seeping underneath the ground. I don't know if that's going to cause potholes or not. I know they did an excellent job when they redid Ellington Road a couple of years ago. I'm not sure about that. And the last thing is people are going down Ellington sometimes like a freeway. And even though you're trying to cross the road and you have a light, sometimes you're roadkill because people aren't watching because they're on their phones or trying to beat the light, especially like when Boeing let down the traffic earlier. It was so backed up between C Street and Ellington and people trying to cross the road. It's kind of crazy. And that's all I have.
So, several of these items will be referred to the Public Works Committee.
Okay.
And just to answer your question, and I'm sure there are a lot of citizens that are wondering this as well, regarding the HESCOs, they will be there until the levy is complete. So we're probably looking at 2017, maybe 2019 before they go away. We're very grateful for King County to open up at the driveways and the charge to the city. So that is King County's property, it's their HESCOs, it's their flood protection, and if we would have had the rainfall like we had in 2009, we would have been very grateful for them to be there.
Correct. I mean, I like having them there. But me, I like to go and walk through the park, and I have my little places along the river. I like to sit and read or just have a snack or something.
I understand that, I totally get it, and I don't like having them closed, having the park closed like that any more than anybody else does, but
What's
we need
gonna
to
happen
recommend
with-
safety, so
Okay.
that's the end of that, I just wanted to let you know on that.
What's gonna happen, the lease is up on the park in 217 or 219, do you know what's gonna happen with that, or?
We
Because
haven't crossed that road yet.
it'd be nice if they could kind of smooth the grass out and do something in there, because it's kind of potholy.
Okay, thank you. Okay, next up, Michael Hollenbeck.
Good evening. My name is Michael Hollenbeck. I reside at 211 Second Place Southeast, Apartment A, Pacific, Washington. I come to you with an impassioned plea. I need a police presence on my street. For 2.5 years, I've lived at this address. For 2.5 years, I've put up with the drug dealing and the subsequent traffic that comes along with it. For a year, while they've been dealing drugs out of the building next door, we've had several felons, 2 separate cases of child abuse, countless domestic violence issues, drug dealing, noise for days at a time, and an unregistered sexual predator living in the building for more than 2 months, all coming from the tenant above us. We've had a car drive through our backyard, and now we routinely wake up in the morning to make sure that we no longer have anything stolen out of our yard on a regular basis. We've approached the police on several occasions, as with the landlord. The landlord put it back on the police have put it back on my landlord. I've had several encounters with the police about these problems, only to continue to have to deal with it on a regular basis. I've been made to feel like the bad guy in this by more than one officer. My friend and I have been told that that is apartment living, you can move out, talk to your landlord, we can't do anything about it if we don't hear it. And the 2 statements that probably hurt the most is probably, maybe you should turn a blind eye to domestic violence, because this is what happens when you get involved, and this was pertaining to several instances of my neighbor being tossed around in her apartment by her boyfriend, and the quote, in the best interest of the child, pertaining to the second case of reported child abuse in regards to the 4-year-old boy being abused upstairs. After the last call that Officer Kim responded to, we made it clear to the mayor that we do not want to call the police any longer. We have no faith in the police department. This is why I come to the city council tonight. Essentially, my friend and I have had to defend an indefensible piece of property by ourselves, this, and we're tired. I'm not the bad guy here. I do not have the felonies. I'm not the one dealing drugs. I'm not the one making noise all night, and I'm not the repeat offender coming from the same apartment every time. I'm the person trying to defend an indefensible position, trying to keep my friend, her daughter, and myself safe, and I am getting no help from law enforcement. Again, I am not the bad guy here. One of the most effective and least expensive ways to take back a neighborhood is a concise police presence on a routine patrol. Over time, this will make people in the neighborhood feel safer and will give the patrolling officers a closer feel to the community. It also gives the officers a chance to keep an eye on things. This is what's needed in my neighborhood. Having walked through this town and talking with other residents, it seems that my neighborhood isn't the only one that would benefit from a routine patrol. Please help me accomplish this simple goal. I can sleep a little easier at night if I get that. Mayor, member of the council, chief, thank you, everybody. I appreciate your time.
Thank you. So, let's refer this matter to the safety committee. And that would be great. And I believe we still have an appointment tomorrow at 1. Mr. Hollenbeck, did you?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right, just come to my office tomorrow at 1. Okay, Katie Garberding.
We add that to the agenda, through the workshop agenda, find out what the results of that meeting are.
Yes.
Katie Garberding, 366 White River Drive. First, we had the Earth Day, and they gave me a booth for free, yay, to raise money for Ollie's brothers. I was a little bit discouraged at the end of the day when I saw in my jar it was $22. My husband in the morning had asked me what my goal was. I said $50, and he gave me a $100 bill. got us started. Then he went and grabbed our change jar out of the bedroom, so by the time we got down there, we had $137.41. We walked out with 150, anyway, it was $20. I talked to Mr. Nielsen from Always Brothers, and I told him I was discouraged, but I wasn't going to let me get me down. If I can raise $1,000 to get a dog to Belgium and $1,500 for a flagpole, my goal's not too far off. He said, not a problem. He has faith. He gave me these posters, and I've taken them around town to, I think, 4 businesses I hit on Sunday, and I need permission to hang it in City Hall, somewhere on the bulletin board. Clint told me there should be not a problem with that. Do I have everybody on board with that? No problem? Okay, Amy, can I give it to you, and you can find a place for it? Okay, and second, we were planning to have a dinner on July 26th, the night of the run, and I've got Jim Shunky on board with Crew 540 to help me as far as cooking, supply, and whatnot, and I've already gotten permission and consent to get the gym. Stacy told me that there is a non-waivable fee that I was not aware of.
I don't know about the non-waivable. There's a fee rental.
Yes.
There is, it needs to come in front of council to have the fee.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I'll do that,
I
okay.
wasn't sure.
Also on that night of the run, our deal was to have dinner and try to keep them there as long as we can to support and cheer when they come through town. My husband, again, came to the rescue. One of the people at his work, to which we have gone and listened to this group several times, has a band. And he has offered their band free of charge for the night of the dinner. And I was called Amy today to talk about your noise ordinance. And I'm very confused by it. Ordinance number 9.26, it says that you can't yell on or near public streets between the hours of 11 p.m. and 7 a.m. It also says that includes band sessions. So does that mean at 11 o'clock we have to be quiet, or is it 10 o'clock? What time do we have to shut the band off?
Well, is the band going to be inside the gym?
Yes.
I don't see, as long as it's not noisy outside, it's fine.
Well, we were also thinking about having them go outside with drums and what, when they come running into town.
No.
But you, okay.
We need
Okay.
to discuss that portion of it.
Okay, so yeah, that was my deal, is I was confused on the time frame of what time you have to be quiet in the city. I wasn't sure if it was 10 o'clock, most places are 10 o'clock, but you have 11 o'clock to 7 a.m. So I need clarification on that.
It says 11 o'clock.
But that's for yelling and shouting and hooting and whistling and singing on or near public streets. Down below, it says that you cannot interfere with the peace, comfort, and repose of owners or possessors of real property, such as sounds from musical instruments, audio sound systems, band sessions, and/or social gatherings. But there's no time frame on that one.
So we can get clarification, but I believe it's 11 o'clock is when the police and forces.
That's it?
So, yeah,
Hasn't the church been using them for student dances and things like that?
they have.
Kids
They have.
program? And I think it got over like midnight.
Okay. Okay, well, we were thinking only till 11.
Right.
So,
I think as long as it's indoors, it shouldn't be an issue.
okay, and then I'd also like to respectfully ask everyone sitting at the dais, including Gary Halsey, even though he'll be retired, pay attention. Gary. Gary. Okay. Eyes on me, focus. I would like to ask everyone who's sitting at the dais for the night of July 26th to pitch in and show council support for the runners that are coming into town. I know it's late, I know some of you have little kids, but the more support from the city and city officials and John Calkins and his crew and whatnot, I think would be spectacular. This is something that is very near and dear to me, and I want to see these guys come through. I want to give them a big check, and I also have a special surprise for one of the members that are going to be blowing through town, which I'm not sharing with anyone until that night. But I really think that we need to, and I think that if we pull together as a city, we can make this goal. So that's it.
Right.
I have a question. What, if you explain what all this brothers?
Okay, what Always Brothers is, the British Marines that band together when one of their own was killed in Afghanistan. What they do is they run 100 miles. Last year they ran for brain research. Every dollar was raised, went to brain research. In the past 3 years, they raised over $108,000. This year, their goal, the monies are going to be spent, put into an education fund for children of fallen soldiers. Last year, Lima Company lost 17 soldiers out of one unit, and of the 17 soldiers, they left 21 children. And at least one children from Washington State will benefit from this scholarship fund. My personal goal is we are mile number 70.1 on their 100-mile run, and my personal goal is $7,010. And I will be asking everybody for it. I don't have a few concerns yet.
You're not relentless anymore.
Not a bit. Oh, I also wanted to ask, can I get permission to put a jar outside City Hall, or outside,
Well, I don't think we can do that.
okay, that's fine. Okay, that would be my last, and that's it. I think I'm done. Yep, that's it.
Thank you.
I'll be there the 26th.
She knows I'll be there.
I'll be there.
Oh, I know where y'all live. I will come get them. I'll get his paddy wagon.
There you go. Is there any other audience comments? I know. Seeing none?